I'm kind of embarrassed sometimes to say to kids that reading was not something that I thought about a lot as important. It's something I did. And being a child of immigrant parents with immigrant grandparents who didn't know how to read their Medicare letters and deal with letters from the IRS, the kind of reading I found myself doing at a very young age is not exactly pleasure reading, but it was really important to my family. So was reading important to me as a kid? Yes. Did I do a lot of it? Yes. Did I think of myself as a reader? No. I didn't think of myself as a reader. And actually, it's a kind of sad thing I didn't think of myself as a reader. I had a very narrow view of what constitutes reading. And I encourage kids to think about everything that they're doing and that's entering their eyes and going into their brain as reading. So I say to them, how many of you think that you're readers? And about half the room will go up, hands in half the room. Then I'll say, well, all right, let me ask you this. If you're sitting at breakfast and there's a cereal box in front of you, how many of you will read the cereal box? Oh, all the hands will go up. And I'll say, well, you're readers. And all of a sudden it's, yeah, I'm a reader. I didn't realize it. I'm a reader. Then maybe there are three hands that didn't go up. So then I'll say, how many of you, when you get a video game, the first thing you do is you open it up and you read the instructions. You figure out how to play the game. Oh, and a bunch of hands go up. And I'll say, how many of you will go onto the website and find the cheat sheet so that you figure out how to play the game? And more hands will go up. And I'll say, you guys are readers. You're readers. And then the question that gets every single hand up in the room is I'll say, well, how many of you, if you're sitting in on the toilet in a public bathroom and there's graffiti on the door, how many of you will read the graffiti? And every single hand goes up. And I say, you see? You're a reader more than you think. And I think it's really important for kids to think of themselves as reading. A lot of kids are reading, but it's informational reading, or it's like I did for my grandparents, reading the Medicare and IRS letters. That's important reading too, and that's reading that they need to tell their teachers that they're doing. So that even when they write out the log, the 20 minutes a day reading log that says, what did you read today? Great if they can write a picture book or a novel. But if what they read that day was a letter from the government that they read to their grandparents, I want that to go down on the list too. It's something that teachers need to realize, that a lot of their kids that might not speak up in class, a lot of their kids that they might not know very well, might have a whole other life as a reader and writer that they're not aware of. It's something that teachers need to ask. What are you doing after school?